What's up, everyone? This is Mayan Gordon, owner of Mayan Gordon Media, co-owner of Champion Roundtable, owner of Monkey Boy Art Glass Blowing. That's right, glass blower here. And today, as you guys know, is an amazing, beautiful start to the week. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I'd love it if you guys could comment and you're watching right now. What's one thing that you're grateful for, not just from today, but from your weekend? Did you do anything fun? Did you get to hang out with family? How was your weekend? I hope it was amazing. I hope it was fantastic. And where in the world are you watching from? I'm coming to you live from Spokane, Washington. Shout out to LinkedIn, shout out to Facebook, and shout out to YouTube. You guys are all phenomenal. I love you guys so much. Today, I'm dedicating this episode to everyone who might not be in the financial position that they want to be. There have been many, many, many years in my life where I felt like, damn, I'm broke. Damn, I'm poor. Man, things are really, really hard right now in terms of stress that comes from not being able to pay your bills, in terms of the limited ability to do and execute things because you don't have the money that you want to execute on those things. And so I just wanted to share with you guys some of my experience and what has always worked for me to get me into a better financial position, and what I absolutely believe can work for anyone. And at the heart of that is literally dedicating all of your time to solving your financial problems. Now, something I didn't do early on that has helped me in a massive sense right now, and in the past year, has been budgeting. So that was the first place I absolutely should have started. It's where I suggest anyone who's in a tough financial situation starts now, is really go through your bank accounts, through your bank statements, through your receipts if you have them, and exactly write out how much money have you been spending and on what things over the past 3 months. If you just do it for 1 month, you're going to be very skewed in terms of, guess what? We do different things in different months. For me, that looks like, prior to COVID, some months I would travel. I have way higher expenses in a month when I travel than when I stay at home. Some months I would eat out much more. And so being aware of where you're spending money is going to be the very first step to helping you spend less. I did not feel the need to spend less money when I wasn't looking at my expenses dead in the face. What's up, Stuart? Good to see you. Samchai, how is it going? Stuart says he's grateful to spend time with his son, enjoying pop culture. I love that. What kind of pop culture were you enjoying, Stuart? Love to hear that. What's up, Somporn from San Francisco? I hope I'm saying your name right. And so what does hard work all the time look like? That means literally not watching Netflix movies. It means not taking time to go do any of the things you really might want to do for fun or relaxation, and dedicating yourself to fixing your financial problem with the knowledge that once you're able to do that, then a lot more freedom comes into your life, and being willing to sacrifice some of your time freedom now to achieve a better life for yourself, a better financial situation. So there's lots of different ways you can spend your time doing hard work. If you really do not have any income coming in right now, I highly suggest splitting your time into 2 categories. One is creating product. Guess what? Here's the newsflash, you guys. You can create product from absolute nothing. That's the beauty of entrepreneurship, of America. Here's an example. You guys could take, and I don't mean from literal nothing, like maybe you have to buy a stack of paper, which you can get from Walmart for $2.50. But buying a stack of paper, cutting it up, and making origami objects out of it. That's a great one, you guys. Do you know how many people there are out there that might spend $1 to $5 on a really cool little origami thing? Literally millions of them. There's lots and lots of ideas, especially based around crafts, where you can take something that is so low material cost, put some amount of time and expertise or skill into it, and create a product that's worth 10x, 100x of what you spent. Now, the truth is you're probably not going to get paid well at all for your time. With my first business, diffuser beads, even when I started up glass blowing, I might spend an hour working on something and only make $5 or $3 profit on it. But because I could work as much time as I possibly could in a week, that actually allowed me to get ahead. If you're making $5 an hour, but you're working 16 or 18 hours a day, guess what? You're going to make $500-600 in a week. So I think you should split your time into 2 areas. One, creating something from nothing, creating product. And the other half of your time, selling the product. Now, the reason I say split that up because even if you are completely 0% successful in the selling portion, at least you don't have nothing. The same way that, let's say you spent 100% of your time in a job search. Guess what? If you don't get the job, you have nothing after all that time. At least when you split up your time this way, even if you don't sell all this stuff, you still have product, and product is worth something. It does have value, even if you haven't converted that value into money. I would also encourage you guys, if you have any questions right now about getting going, about making some money. I've made money in a lot of different ways early on in my career, and I have a lot of great suggestions around it. What's up, Rachel? It is great to see you. Love how I educate people. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So it's really about not valuing your time and valuing your situation more. If you need $300 to pay a bill and you have 20 hours to make that $300, if you have 100 hours to make that $300, that's a better example. Guess what? Spend all 100 hours to make that $300. Don't think about, oh, but then I'm only getting paid whatever. Don't make me do math. $2 an hour, $3 an hour. I guess like $3.33 an hour. Like, who cares? Do you care about how much you're making, or do you care about getting your bill paid? And so dissociating yourself from your time value in the beginning, when your time isn't worth anything because no one's paying you for it, is really, really important. You have to sacrifice that value you feel that you're worth to get the shit done, to get your bill paid, to accomplish the goal that you need to accomplish, to not fall further behind, to make your life better. So creating product from very, very low cost materials is a great one. You guys, here's another one. Again, most of my ideas are craft oriented because craft materials are very cheap, and I'm an artist. So like, of course, that's where my brain goes. But I'm sure you guys could, let's say electronics. Here's one. I don't know I'm very bad technology wise in terms of how it all works. But I know you can buy electronic components. In fact, you can find broken, this is such a great idea. Go find and pick up broken electronics, take them apart, keep the pieces that still work. Like, the reason it's broken is probably one piece is bad or burnt out or whatever makes electronics stop working. Take all the good usable pieces and build something new out of that. If you can do this, not only are you learning a pretty amazing skill that you could then maybe sell and do repairs on other people's broken electronic parts, but you're taking free things that you got and turning them into valuable products that people are going to pay money for. People pay a lot of money for electronics, you know, 20, 30 bucks at least for a working radio, or like whatever it is that you figure out you can build. And you guys can learn these skills. Even if you don't know anything about electronics right now, you can go to YouTube. You're watching right now, you have a laptop, you have a phone if you're watching this. Go to YouTube and learn how to take apart a radio, how to build a radio. Like, you can learn these things if you're willing to put in the time. So that's another way you could kind of find free product and turn it into valuable product. Another thing is just straight up flipping, you guys. People give away tons of free stuff. My husband just started this. I helped him figure out, you need to start flipping something, Ben. Yes, you're going to try out this other business, but you need to have a side hustle in addition to your main business, because it's really helpful to have two things kind of income flowing at the same time. I was like, start out with something you can get for free or put very little money into that sells quickly on one of the three big sellers: Amazon, Facebook, or Craigslist. And luckily, I've been in these markets long enough to know there's a couple things. I was like, some of those things I would suggest would be DVDs or Blu-rays. Sometimes you can find a huge bundle someone's willing to give away or sell for $1 a piece. And those Blu-rays and DVDs can sell very quickly on Amazon for, let's say, $5 to $20, especially Blu-rays can go for quite a lot of money. And Amazon's going to do all the work to sell them for you. It's an amazing search engine. I was like, also another thing, in fact, I started out doing this back in the day when I had a Game Boy. I would flip Game Boy games. In fact, I would go to GameStop. I don't know if you guys know or remember GameStop. I would go to GameStop. I would look for the games that were $2, $3 that were in their used section. GameStop would have new games and they'd have used games for sale. I'd find the ones that were $2, $3. I'd buy them and I'd list them on Amazon, and they typically would go for $6 to $10, sometimes $15. You guys, it might not sound like a lot of money, but percentage-wise, that is huge. Paying $2 for something and flipping it for 10, that's a 5x return. You do that enough times, you are way out of the hole and bankrolling pretty good. So the thing that we figured out for him was books. You guys, people buy a crap ton of books. In fact, it's gone up a lot since COVID, just like pretty much everything e-commerce. And he was able, within the same day that we decided books is the thing for you, because these other things didn't sound that good to him, and he just didn't believe in them as much. He looked on Facebook Marketplace and found someone giving away 150 books that they couldn't sell at a garage. They had a garage sale. These were the leftover books, and they just wanted them gone. You guys, these books are in great condition. There's even some hardcover books, which if you don't know the book world, hardcovers can be a lot more expensive than paperback. And a good number of them are New York #1 bestsellers or other types of bestsellers, which I imagine, I haven't done a lot of book flipping myself, but I imagine the bestsellers sell much more quickly and more easily than the other books. And I checked out some of them. A lot of them list for between $4 and $7 off of free. That's an infinite return, you guys. And if he takes all 150 of those books and sells them for a $4 profit each, that's $600 in profit that he's made from nothing. Now, how many of you guys could really use an extra $600? I know a bunch of people messaged me off of a post I did saying that I was going to help them out and give them some advice, which I did. And I have to say, most people did not like my advice. My advice was, I asked them, what are you doing with your time? I'm spending 9 to 5 doing this. Okay, what about the rest of your time? And I'm sure you guys have heard a similar thing from Gary Vee. You know, it's really, you have to commit all of your time to getting out of your hole, to getting out of your financial situation. Stuart says, document and share your process. Create content at the same time. So I would say yes, that if you have time to create content, but if you're in really a hole, don't create content. Like, make shit and sell shit. Do that. Do not spend, like, you don't have time to create content. Honestly, make that money, pay your bills, then dip into content creation. If you want a really easy way for how to create content, though, that is important to you, set up your phone in a stand or against a wall, wherever you can set it up. Maybe you don't have a stand, and just let it film you while you're working. Then you'll have content you can chop up later. Let's say when you're out of your hole and you're like, you know what? Now I want to get into this content creation thing. Then you'll have a bunch of videos saved from your process that you can chop up and make some cool videos of. Andrea says, also have a garage sale. Get rid of junk in your home. Yes, so that was the advice. I was like, first, you need to do your budget. Secondly, you need to dedicate more of your time to actually working on either making money or getting a job or whatever it is you're trying to do. Thirdly, sell some stuff. I know you guys think you need that couch. You're like, I don't have anything to sell. Most people have furniture in their place. Like, I can promise you, everyone watching this right now has furniture that they could sell. Now, you might feel, I need a couch. I need a place to sit. I could tell you the floor works just as great. And especially if you can get $50 for that couch, if you can get $100, that is really going to help you out. And then once you're out of your hole, you can make that money, or you can buy that couch back later. There's a million couches out there. There's a million lamps. There's a million things that you can buy back. The product is not disappearing from existence. It's just disappearing from your life at the moment. So sell some stuff. Absolutely. We all have tons of stuff. Sell it. Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, Craigslist. These are the 3 sources that I really highly suggest. The other I've heard good things about would be Mercari, although I've not personally used it. All right, guys. Well, that's mostly what I have to offer. I'd say the last thing, let's say you really can't bring yourself to make product. And oh yeah, here's another one. Popsicle sticks. You can buy popsicle sticks for super cheap, and you can glue them together to make some pretty interesting, cool stuff. Again, that people will buy. You'd be very surprised at what people will buy. People will buy almost anything, and there's a demand for almost anything, especially if it's in a popular category. The other way that I've been really successful is by monetizing a skill through barter first. So maybe you're having a really hard time getting people to pay you to design a website. True, there's a million people out there who design websites. There's 100 million, if not 1 billion people out there who can design websites. So why are they going to spend their money on you? But there's not a lot of people who are offering to build you a website for a toaster oven, who are offering to build a website for an old pair of shoes. You guys, just trade your service, your skill for literally any physical product, because physical products are easy to sell. There are always people looking to buy physical products. And if you have a low enough price point, it will sell quickly. So early on, that's what I did, you guys. I did web design back when WordPress was a big deal. I would set up I would literally spend probably 3 to 5 hours every single day messaging people in the barter section of Craigslist saying, hey, I saw you have this item for trade. I would love to trade you your item for, and I had a list of things. I was like, I could build a website, I could do this, I could take pictures for you, I could edit pictures, I could do all these different things that were digital that didn't cost me anything but my time. And some days I wouldn't get any positive responses. But even if once a week I got someone to say, yeah, I'll trade you my item. I was really trying to get rid of it anyways, and I need one of these services that you offer. Boom, come up. Now I have something that I could sell, and you guys will be really surprised at what people are willing to let go. That's how I was able to get a mini bike for trade. That's how I got a boat, a $2,000 boat one time through trade, making websites. One time I got 2,000 brand new finger snowboards. If you don't know what a finger snowboard is, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a snowboard for your fingers. It's got little bindings that your fingers fit into, and you go, wee. 2,000 of them, because this guy got them from a shipment that didn't pay its customs fees. He worked for a shipping company, and they were supposed to burn all of the product because you're supposed to get rid of it when someone doesn't pay their custom fees. But they went, why burn it? What's the difference? I'm going to keep it. There were like 10,000 of them, and this guy had 2,000 left, and his wife was like, get these out of our garage. They did take up a lot of space. There were like 12 of them in a box that was about this big, about that big. So like literally took up a lot of space for these 2,000 finger snowboards. And we listed them on Amazon, and they sold maybe 2 or 3 of them a week, but it was pure profit. It was extra money, and it was a lot of fun, I got to say. Let's see, we got a couple more comments here. Michael says that he likes to do flip deals on eBay. Yeah, you guys, there's tons of value arbitrage between platforms. What something lists for on eBay is going to be different than what it lists for on Amazon, is going to be different than what it lists and sells for on Facebook Marketplace. So if you can learn which categories have positive value arbitrage across platforms, it becomes actually really quick and easy. You look for it, you find it, you buy it, you list it, you flip it, profit. Boom. That could be a wrap. Bump, 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 boom. That's my sales wrap. Andrea says for very little money, you can teach people how to own their own business online, find clients to buy consumables. Yep, absolutely. So there's definitely a bunch of, I would say, affiliate product programs. There's a bunch of MLM businesses out there, you guys. But if you don't have any money, I'm talking to people who have $0 to invest, then I really highly suggest monetizing a skill through barter. One, not many people do it. So you're going to stand out immediately and have way less competition than, let's say, if you start an affiliate business. Do you know how many people have affiliate businesses or are trying to sell affiliate products? Again, hundreds of millions of them. Do you know how many people are willing to barter their service for a physical product, for like your old pair of shoes? Not many at all. And so you immediately differentiate yourself. You make yourself stand out. And people are much, much more likely to say yes than I think a lot of you guys think. So if anyone out there is watching this and you think that someone in your network might value from this information, might get something out of this video, please do share it. Not for my own purposes. I'm doing fine. I don't need you guys to know that I'm a good hustler. I'll always be a good hustler. I'm not trying to make any money off being a good hustler, telling it to you guys. I have fun in the hustle. I make my money in the hustle, flipping my Pokemon cards, which I bartered for glass pieces. Literally what I just told you, I still actively do. Making glass pieces, selling them for Pokemon cards, selling the Pokemon cards for cash. Or for example, yesterday I had someone come over and buy a glass pendant that I made. I got $100 for this pendant. I then went to the antique store and I bought, let's see, 5 pieces of old uranium vintage glass. I'm going to grab one piece real quick for you guys so you can see how cool this is. And the reason I got this, this is just one of the pieces. One, I found out through my customer base and my social media base, these have a lot of value arbitrage between locations. So what I pay for this here in Spokane is worth a completely different amount to someone, let's say in Ohio, which is known as Glass City, or other places around the world. I got this for a screaming deal of $30. It's easily worth $100 other places. And it's completely UV reactive. So let me kill the lights and see if I can get you guys to see the glow. All right, we're getting dark here. So I don't know how well you can see, but it is UV reactive. You guys see the glow that it's got going on? Super cool. The reason that this glass glows is it's referred to as Vaseline glass or uranium glass. It has radioactive uranium in it. So I just think it's super cool. Personally, I love it. I think it's beautiful. Me and my husband discussed we're going to have some UV reactive dinner parties at some point, use these pieces. But I was able to trade my one pendant that I made for 5 different really cool, unique vintage pieces. They outlawed this type of glass in the 1940s and 1950s in the UK and the United States. It's illegal. You can't make it anymore because it is slightly radioactive, especially when you're making it. It's a little bit more dangerous than when it's a finished piece. So this is only going to go up in value because they don't make it anymore. There's a limited amount of them. It's really cool visually. It's beautiful. Plus, it has the unique, right, UV reactiveness. So I was able to take money that I didn't necessarily need the $100 specifically, but I was able to take that and invest it into something that literally, if I wanted, I could flip it right now. I could list this and get $80 for it, get $50 for it. And you guys, I paid 30. If I bought it for 30 and flipped it for 50, not bad, not bad. So luckily, I don't need to do that. I'm going to enjoy it and keep it, and it's mine, and you can't have it. Especially this piece, I really love. It's super unique. I've seen a lot of different uranium glass in places, and I've never seen a piece like this. I normally see more pieces along the lines of, I'll show you guys these other 2 pieces, which are still really cool. I got an amazing pitcher and a smaller pitcher. These are also both uranium glass. These are more standard, though, in terms of like what you see in antique shops, in vintage places. Ooh, look at it glow, you guys. How fun is that? How could you not love glass? It's amazing. So that other one, though, I've never seen a piece like it before. I really love it. Very excited about it. It's bringing me a lot of joy. But this is just one example of where you can buy, sell something, trade for something, sell it, and then put that money into something else that you could sell again, make a profit, put that money into something else. It's just constant buying and selling when you're able to really detect differences in value or differences in value between platforms or locations. So these are just some things that I wanted to share with you guys. I really do hope that it inspires at least one person to believe in what I'm saying. This has worked for me my entire life, you guys. I would not be telling you it if it wasn't true. And I know that if it can work for me, it can absolutely work for you in whatever area you are good at perceiving value. Now, you might not be good at perceiving value in art type pieces, in glass pieces. You might be really good at perceiving value differences in electronics, like I was talking about before. Maybe the thing you're more knowledgeable about is bugs. Maybe you know about bugs. Guess what? People have bug collections. Maybe you can find bugs outside. Like, learn about the thing that you are smart about, you do have perception in, and that requires some amount of self-awareness. But maybe that's where you should start. If you're not sure what you're good at, is really think about what are you interested in. And what you're interested in is either the thing you're already good at and you just haven't realized it, or the thing you can develop into being really good at. So let's take bugs, for example. Maybe you love butterflies. Look up, do research, see who spends money on butterfly specimens. Maybe there's some you could go out and catch, literally like make yourself a net from whatever, like a plastic bag and a stick, and go out and catch some butterflies, preserve them. Some people are going to hate me for this who are animal lovers, but you guys, this is a thing. Butterflies are going to die anyways. I probably should have more empathy for bugs, but I don't. That's just the truth of it. I'm sorry. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but do what you got to do to make your life better. And if that involves preserving a butterfly and selling it to someone who collects butterflies, maybe that's the route for you. Maybe the route for you is finding broken electronics, taking them apart, maybe just selling the parts. Maybe you find a source online. You're like, wow, here's a website where people buy used electronic parts. Cool, do that. Maybe you know how to rebuild those electronic parts into something more valuable. Do that too. But I can promise you there's something that you are either perceptive towards or good at, or can develop the skill to be uniquely good at, where you can then create value for yourself, turn that value into product, turn that product into money. So again, please feel free to share this episode. Feel free to share this video, and everyone hustle away. Enjoy your day, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow.